1792, the gold-silver ratio 15-1. This is called the Monetary Coinage Act of 1792. In 1834, 16-1. But what's happened in only the last 50 years? It's done this. 20 ounces, 40 ounces, 60, 80, 100, 120. In April, we hit 127 ounces of silver for 1 ounce of gold. So what does that actually mean? It means that since the beginning of time, the gold-silver ratio was always regulated at 15, 16-1, somewhere in there, okay? When we went away from the gold standard in 1971, we started heavily inflating our dollar, and we had institutional money invest in gold. Gold, according to the United States Treasury, is the only tier 1 asset outside of the US dollar. So there's a huge influx into gold. Gold goes up in value. Silver climbs up, but not very much. Presently, gold is $3,300, $3,400 an ounce. Silver is about $38, $39 an ounce. Silver is used so much in industry. Solar panels, semiconductors, your cell phones, medical equipment, all these different things. Gold isn't. The all-in sustainable cost to mine gold is $1,400 to $1,800 per ounce when it's trading at $3,300 to $3,400 per ounce. What that means is, what does it cost to actually mine an ounce of gold? The all-in sustainable cost of mining silver is $28 to $30. So silver can actually not afford to go down in value, gold can. And if prices simply reset to that 16-1 ratio, it means that silver is one of the most heavily undervalued assets in the entire world. That is why countries are stocking up on silver. That's why Russia's quietly buying over $500 million worth of silver in the next couple of years. That's why India is stocking up. That's why third world countries are stocking up, okay? Silver is a very undervalued asset. So I want you to understand that ratio there and understand why gold goes up as a hedge against inflation, and because our own United States Treasury recognizes it as the only tier 1 asset outside of the US dollar, but recognize that silver is required in industry, and at current extraction rates, we will deplete all of the shallow, high-grade deposits that we can actually dig out of the ground by the year 2040. And it will become an even rarer resource. Who owns it, controls it. So you want to be the one that owns it. By the way, this right here, it's a monster box of silver. It weighs about 31 pounds. There's more silver in a Tomahawk missile than I have on this table. There's literally 40 pounds in a Tomahawk missile, which is equivalent to, like, I don't know, like 5 to 7 newborn babies. That's how many babies of silver are in a Tomahawk missile. We need silver. I see it as one of the most undervalued assets. So consider maybe picking up a little bit of silver and a little bit of gold. And now you know what the gold-silver ratio actually means.